This is 1 by ts. Can I write this as minus infinity to plus infinity Fourier transform of e power j2 pi fs into, why? Because the Fourier transformation is an integral operation. Okay? Summation and integral can be interchanged. So this is equivalent to 1 by ts. What is the Fourier transform of e power j omega naught t? Fourier transform of e power j omega naught t. 1 by 2 pi. See, what is the Fourier Laplace transform of 1 by s? Okay. What is the Laplace transform of e power st or e power some at 1 by s minus a. Is it? So now what is the Fourier transform of e power j2 pi fst or e power j omega naught t? Fourier transform, that is delta of f minus s. We try it. Not sinc function. How we get sinc function? It's not sinc. I already written there. The Fourier transform of e power j2 pi ft is delta of f minus s. How we got it? We try it. You already know the Fourier transformation. Try to find. You verify whether the Fourier transform of e power j2 pi fst is delta of f minus fs or not. Verify it. So therefore, the P of f, the Fourier transform of P of t is equivalent to P of f. We are f. Therefore, can we find S of f? What is S of f? What is S of f? S of t is equivalent to P of t into X of t. Take the Fourier transformation. If you take the Fourier transformation on both sides, what you will get? S of f is equivalent to P of f see, convolution in the time domain is equivalent to multiplication in the frequency domain. Multiplication in the time domain is equivalent to convolution in the frequency domain. That is the duality between time and frequency. Okay. Convolution in the time domain is equivalent to multiplication in the frequency domain. Multiplication in the time domain is equivalent to convolution in the frequency domain. See, we are multiplying in the time domain. So, in the frequency domain, we need to convolve the P of f and X of f. So, therefore, it is P of f into X of f. What is P of f? P of f is 1 by Ts write down that expression and simplify it. Write the product You know P of f in the above equation. Okay. You multiply the P of f with x of f and find the expression for it. As please don't make noise. Do the work. Already given some work. So this is minus infinity to plus infinity. So delta of f minus fs into x of f. So now this can be written as 1 by ts. See, from the shifting property, delta of f minus fs into x of f can be written as, sorry, here convolution is there. So if you convolve a function with the delta function, what you will get? Convolution of a function with the delta function gives the same function. Okay. So if the delta function has delay, the delay will also be introduced into the function. Okay. Therefore, this will be equivalent to x of f minus fs. So because we are convolving the delta function f minus fs with x of f. Okay. So this is equivalent to x of f minus f. You verify all the properties later. See, if you convolve the delta function with a function, you will get the same function. Okay. But here the delta function has the shift in it. So the same shift will be introduced. Understood? How can you verify it? See, delta of f convolution with some x of f is equivalent to x of f itself. If you convolve a function with the delta function, you will get the same. But here the delta function has some shift in it. Okay? The same shift is introduced here. Okay? So that is one property of the impulse function in the frequency domain, or it may be in the time domain also. Okay? When you convolve a function with the impulse function, either in the time domain or frequency domain, you will get the same function. Okay? So this is what? This is the Fourier transform of sample signal, is it? This is called the Fourier spectrum of sample signal. What is sample signal? Sample signal is S of t. Now can you plot the S of f? Can you plot S of f? Okay, otherwise, what is S of f? S of f is equivalent to 1 by Ts sigma k equivalent to minus infinity to plus infinity. This is x of f minus. Okay. So this can also be written as 1 by Ts into x of f plus 1 by Ts into x of f minus fs plus 1 by Ts into x of f minus 2fs plus so on. Is it? This side 1 by Ts into x of f plus fs. Actually here I think here we forgot the k tau. Is it? K must be there. Here we forgot k value. Okay. Is it? The Fourier series representation minus infinity to plus infinity ck e power j omega st into k. Okay. We forgot k value. K is there. You correct it. And here also where we substituted this one. P of t is k is there. K and this is k. This is k. Here k is there. Okay. And here we will get k. Okay. K. We should be very careful. Understood? So this is k. Now k is running from minus infinity to plus infinity. If you substitute different values of k, when k is 0, you will get 1 by ts into x of f. When k equivalent to 1, 1 by ts into x of f minus fs. And k equivalent to 2, 1 by ts x of f minus 2f. Similarly, this side. Okay. So it will be continued like this from minus infinity to plus infinity. Is it clear to you? Now, if you observe this term is the required term. See, what is S of f? S of f is the frequency spectrum of the sample signal. The frequency spectrum of the sample signal consists of the frequency spectrum of the original signal x of t. Is it? What is x of f? X of f is the Fourier transform of x of t. Now, if you eliminate all these components and these components, can we get this from the frequency spectrum of S of f? See, the sample signal consists of the spectrum of the component of x of t, the frequency component of x of t. Is it? So therefore, by eliminating these components, okay, above this and below this, we can get this. So for that purpose, if you transmit this sample signal through a filter, so that these components, these frequency components are eliminated, then you can get only this component. Understood that? So what type of filter that we need to use? Low pass filter. Okay, because the spectrum of the x of t is centered at, see here, the spectrum of x of t is centered at f equivalent to 0 and it is extending from minus fm to plus fm. So if you design a low pass filter with cutoff frequency slightly greater than fm, okay, then we can recover the x of t prime. Okay. So for that purpose, we draw both the spectrum. So this is f, this is x of f 0. This is fm, so minus fm. So what will be the value of this? This value will be equivalent to x of 0. Is it? X of f at f equivalent to 0 is x of 0. Now can you plot the s of f? See, in the s of f we have this term, okay, x of f divided by Tf. Therefore, this is minus fm and this is plus fm. See, it is reduced, the height is reduced. Why? Because it is divided with Tf. Therefore, now this value will be equivalent to 1 by Ts into x of 0. See, it is x of 0. If it is divided with Tf, okay, you will get x of 0 by Ts. This is one term. What is the next one? 1 by Ts into x of f minus fs. X of f minus f is the shifted version. Okay. Where it, see, x of f is centered at 0. X of f minus fs is centered at fs. Okay. So it will be shifted to fs. So what is fs here? See, fs may be here, fs may be somewhere here, fs may be here. So there is no relationship between fs and fs. So that's why we assume this fs is greater than 2fm. Later I will explain why that fs must be greater than 2fm. If fs is greater than 2fm, see this is fm, this will be 2fm. So fs is greater than 2fm, that means fs is somewhere here. Let this is fs. Now this component is centered at f equivalent to fs, x of f minus f. So therefore we plot it. Now what is this value? This value will become fs plus fm, and this value become fs minus fm. Why? Because if you shift it, its width will not change. What is the width here? Width is 2fm. Here now what is the width? fs plus fm minus fs minus fm. Again it is 2f. Next, the next component is at 2f. So this is fs, that is here to here it is fs. So 2fs is somewhere here. So this is another component. Now this value will be fs minus 2fs. This will be fs plus 2f. So this will continue like this. Similarly, this side. This is minus fs. This is minus fs plus fm, and this will be minus fs minus. Is it clear? Now, if you design a low pass filter with the frequency spectrum, if the characteristics of the low pass filter are like this. Then what it will do? It will transmit only these components and it will eliminate the remaining components. Therefore, the output of the low pass filter will be only this much. But here we have 1 by Ts, here we have only 1 by Ts into x of 0, here we have only x of 0. So that's why what should be the gain of the low pass filter? It should be, if it is Ts, and if you transmit the filter, if you transmit the sample signal through the low pass filter, this Ts and 1 by Ts get cancelled. Then you will get x of 0. So therefore, this x of f or x of t can be recovered from the sample signal by transmitting the sample signal through a low pass filter. Is that right? When this condition is satisfied. For example, if you consider this as greater than or equal to 2f, then this will come to 0. Then also we can recover by transmitting the sample signal through a low pass filter. If Fs is less than 2fm, what will happen? If Fs is less than 2fm, you draw it. Aliasing text. Okay. That is, this is the original component. See, if Fs is less than 2fm, so this is fm, this is 2fm. If Fs is less than 2fm, somewhere here. If this is Fs, then the spectral components overlap like this. If the spectral components are overlapping, that is the high frequencies are appearing as low frequencies. So if you transmit through the low pass filter, we may not recover the original analog signal back from the sample signal. So that's why what you have to do, this is the case when Fs is less than 2f. So here these are called the aliases. That is, the high frequency components appear as the low frequency component. Okay. That effect is called as the aliasing effect. So in order to avoid aliasing effect, we always choose the sampling rate Fs in such a way that Fs is greater than or equivalent to 2a. Okay. So this is called the Nyquist criterion. That is, in order to recover the original continuous time signal from the sample version, okay, we have to sample the signal in such a way that the sampling rate is greater than or equivalent to 2f. What is Fm here? Fm is the maximum frequency that present in the analog signal. Understood this? See, this is Fs. What will be the value of this? This may be Fs by 2. Is it? This is Fs. This will be Fs by 2. This will be minus Fs by 2. So therefore, if the cutoff frequency is Fs by 2, then we can easily recover the original signal back. That is, we have to design the low pass filter in such a way that the cutoff frequency of the low pass filter is Fs by 2. Then the sample, that is, we can recover the continuous time signal from the sample signal. Understood? Write down the definition of the sampling theorem. Now you can easily understand the definition. Okay. So any band limited continuous time signal, any band limited continuous time signal can be represented by the samples, that are taken at the rate of Fs. In brackets, you write Fs greater than or equivalent to 2f. Okay. in brackets write fs greater than or equivalent to 2f, full stop. And from the knowledge of these samples and from the knowledge of these samples, the continuous time signal, and from the knowledge of these samples, the continuous time signal can be recovered. The continuous time signal can be recovered okay, by transmitting it through a low pass filter. By transmitting it through a low pass filter. So we will continue.